Greetings all. I want to welcome you again to another of my views. Mackie Conscious is the name, so we call it Mackie Conscious Views. Today I'm going to address the word education. You see, there are several conversations out there that I've been hearing recently, and people are talking about educated and uneducated. I think education is one of the most misused words. I must declare that there are some statements which says education is key to success. Education is key to liberation. Education is key to progress. I am 100% in agreement with all those sayings. Those sayings are very profound. They are very clear and they are very strong. Education is the background of a nation. Education is a building block of growth. Any single thing you want to declare where education is concerned, I am in total agreement with that. But I recognize that most of the people who declare these sayings, they say them because I don't know if they themselves who are academically educated have not been qualified to use the word other than for academic achievement, or do they deliberately use it to suppress the other persons who they think are not educated otherwise. When you understand me clearly, and I am not saying this because I may seem like I am uneducated according to what is said, but I can clearly declare I have been privileged to get what I want to call reasonable curriculum education. I have been academically achieved. I have academically achieved. Of course, I know the value of education. I'm going to give a search Google to find the definition of education. Listen, the act or process of imparting or acquiring general knowledge, developing the power of reasoning and judgment, and generally of preparing oneself or others intellectually for mutual life. The act or process of impairing, acquiring knowledge, particular knowledge or skill, as for a profession, a degree level or kind of schooling, a result produced by instruction, training, or study. The science or art of teaching. Now, this declares that education, to be educated, is not just about academics. You are educated according to what you are educated in. So to loosely use the word that people are uneducated, and I hear a particular journalist on a program, a journalist that I respect a lot, or respected a lot, as one of our most eloquent persons in the business of journalism. And I hear the man talking about some people are making some decisions, the uneducated ones, loosely, and they are terming it according to the people who can't read. You know that there are many people who can't read advanced more than people who can read? Do you know that many persons who did not get academic achievements are more advanced than many persons who have gotten all these accolades and the letters behind their names? There are many persons, and we can use some example. I don't know which school Bud Stewart go. The rest is history. Many of the persons in many organizations, if you check it, many of us who graduate from some places, we work for some people we call boss and yes sir, you know. And they're not academically achieve as us. What we really need to start do is let go of this term using so loosely to disqualify other persons that are not academically inclined, to disqualify or undermine some people who never get that level of education that you get to think that they are not in. Education means you can be educated in anything. You can be a man in the market that sells the food, or the farmer. He's educated in farming, but he can't read. Is we see a man go down there with the education and go buy from the dirty fingernail man. As a matter of fact, when we did small, they used to tell we never play in the dirt, and we get beaten for that. That was a mistake. We should have learned farming from that time. Play in the dirt, son. Get used to dirt and be a part of dirt. See the man them a play in the dirt and carry food can give we. We find that we single out a set of people. Many persons we call manage some organization, they are not better off than they are not doing a better job than the persons that are doing the job, you know. Look at KFC, that fried chicken. What they do at KFC? Fried chicken and chips. That's all. Nothing else. But the manager is in a certain capacity and how much this, and then get 100 million times the pay of the very workers that is in front of them working and doing the job effectively. So why is it that we underclass the workers so much in many organizations, and many of the workers know more than the boss, and many of the boss insecure because of the workers? I remember some time ago, I got a job at a place. The qualification level for this job was, let me tell you the place, because I think they closed down now. Listen how nice it sounds. Versier In-Flights Service puts out an ad for someone to do some inventory, something in the commissary. So I applied for the job, and the qualification, I think it was 4 A levels. I applied for the job and I went in for my interview. I did the job and I got the job, of course. Working in the job, doing a pretty good job. It was a good pay as well. No complaint. You know what that job entail? To put the little bottle of liquor them on the plane. That need A level. The little miniature bottle of liquor we put in our little cart. And you take off the one off of the plane, bring it into the place called the commissary. And you push that out back on the plane and put it out there. That requires A level and schooling. The common man could have done that. The man who was supposed to be my boss, let me show you some of these people we call management with a lot of letters behind their name. Some of these managers are so insecure because the workers know more than them about the job. The workers are more educated about the job itself than the one who is set over you to manage you. The man fired me for one reason. When you work at the airport, you can't leave if there's a delay flight. We were supposed to work a flight, the flight was delayed. You have to stay back. Listen to the next bulletin, you can't leave, you can't go, you can't do anything, you have to wait. That's the agreement of the job. I was there waiting on the flight delay a second time. He sit down at the place and fall asleep. And the man, these insecure manager, them don't feel like them supposed to can knock on the door and let them in. Them have to have them own private key and open the door because they must always try to come catch you at the something wrong. The man come into the place and see me drop asleep and me jump up. And before you know it, I am out of a job. So me I say, what me do to be out of a job? We go to the man and I say to him, say, give me an explanation around. The man say, him can't give me an explanation. You know what he did? I said to him, okay boss, do me a favor, could you please give me a resume so when I pick up another job, I can at least say I was working it. The man give me one of the best resume, one of the best worker you could ever think of, and me just left and me laugh, and that time I start to learn. How could you give me the best resume to go and work somewhere else and you never want me to work in here? Because me sleep. And me sleep because me have nothing to do. I have nothing at all to do more than sit down and wait and doze off. That's why the man fire me. You see, we don't have a lot of respect for the people who educate the nation still, you know, academically. Because the teachers, that's why a lot of people probably not even going to teaching. Teacher teach. And when me I go school, teacher no drive no car when they left school. Everybody who left school drive car. Why? It tells you, say, there is two different sides to education and we must always try to grab onto all of them. It's better you have what you don't need than need what you don't have. Teach your children to hang on to the academics, what is there for them. But you see if them don't get it, you see if them not competent to deal with it, don't call them failures. They are not failures. You only fail with subject. Some of we parents, we so well want we children to become doctors and lawyers and teachers and all kind of this and that, that we shut out the thought that they may be qualified to do other things and they can be educated in other areas and other fields. That's why I did like the man named Michael Manley. The man they talk about skills training, them talk about educational training, academics training. So all of that, Jamal, big people must learn to read. Everybody must learn to read. As far as me concerned, are two subjects necessary at school, you know. Maths and English. Mathematics is reasoning. Maths is reasoning. If you do mathematics well and you do English well, you will be able to do every other subject on your own, you know. Physics, chemistry, all of them will work out the formula. And mathematics help you and guide you through the lines and life of how to make rational thinking and rational decisions. Many persons in a many positions don't know those things. Them get some other subjects and they qualify them to get a job because the L's are behind their name. And they have no competence, no ability, nothing to do the job but the letters behind their names that cause them to hold on to the position. And then in all of that, they disrespect the people on the ground because these people are not academically qualified, but the people are educated in the job. The people are educated in the job. And I want to show you something. Many persons that go to the highest level of education and when they come out of school, that is not the work what them achieve from, you know. It's not what they learn. I know a man have a pharmacy. He go to university. He came out of the university and opened a pharmacy. He never go to university to study pharmaceutical. The man work also one leading restaurant. What does that tell you? He is educated with other things. I know another man have a liquor store. Top liquor store about the place. He go to you with you, you know. He never go to university to study how to run liquor store. He not even did the principles of business. I think science is the man do you. And the man come out and what kind of job he doing? He own one liquor store. How come? You see, I hear a man on the TV yesterday advertising some product investment, and him talk about all these portfolios and whatever there is. And I sit and I listen to the man and I say, but hear this man. He is talking about financing, the financial management and all these kind of things and how much portfolio, all kind of something. Who is he talking to? Education, academics, the greatest education is a man who is able to speak to a man who you are talking to in his language. If you are talking about money market and money broker and whatever, do you know that some of the man with the most money are the man who never understand what you are talking about? If you are talking about investment, we're going to break down the language for the average man who have money. You know, whole heap of man who have money. Most of the people, if you check it, most of the businesses that you can talk about is owned by the people who never go to high school. A lot of the things them what happen around with the backbone, and I'm gonna like one of these days what you call statisticians. Do some statistics on the owners of the businesses in this country and see who they are. Not even secondary school them not go. You talk about a man who was cutting out a lagwood walk to set up a jerk center. The principle of business sometimes make we feel, you know. Sometimes what we learn at school make we not take no chance. When we learn on proximity to raw material, proximity to this, proximity to that, we not think outside the box, we only lean up on the things them what we learn at school. And what to the common sense, wisdom, knowledge and understanding exist, you know. Knowledge is what you know. Wisdom is how you apply the wisdom to the knowledge. But if you don't understand the knowledge, you're not going to be able to apply the wisdom to it. So three of them exist. Knowledge is what we call education. We must know the business what we're in. We must know what we are doing. Because if we know what we are doing, we can continue doing it. And we can do it effectively because of knowledge. So when we really analyze the whole life trend, the things that we do, we need to study and we need to know them and we need to stop call people dunce. Because all of us are educated. And we need to empower our children into education. You know, the other day on the internet, there's a thing with me and a certain man. And about another man that I don't know neither. However, it dragged me to start look at the next man And make me see what this man made out of before what. So me start do a search on the internet. Me start search the man profile. Me start see the man a do some live things, you know, brother. Live. Brother. 600,000 people log on to one of the man live. That him do. One of the man who's supposed to be most derogatory. So me see a number at the bottom of the screen. So me call him, man, and give him a call and have a discussion. Brother. When I hear some of the man's story that caused him to be where he is, the man saying he can barely read, you know. The man say if the man is an actor, is a comedian, the man, I see one skit that the man do, the man say him edit it himself. The man say him can barely read and write. Him suffer one case, must be dyslexia. Dyslexia is means you turn the things upside down, me you know understand well. The man say some popular play that we watch out there is him write it and him not even get no credit. That him even say no write him write it, talk him talk it. That me have to make him know say even though you talk it is you write it still. Because writing not only mean read and write. Brother, I was surprised to know that the man have so many followers following the man. And the man, some things what the man talk about his achievement, the things that he does, me couldn't tell say the man can read. Me know a man own 2 big old house. The man no sell drugs. The man using brain and go through in a life. And the man is unable to read and write. A little brethren me have. me can't stop calling my name because I'm proud of him. He no get no award. Alan Louis the man name in a Montego Bay. The man write for about all newspaper you can think of in a Jamaica. And the man tell me say he never go to secondary school. You ever hear nothing go so? The man is now launching his own newspaper. As a matter of fact, an edition come out already and I was surprised. Him can read, him can write. But him can think beyond the knowledge of read and write. What does that tell you? There is more in all of us than just being able to read and write. So how do we discriminate? How do we discriminate? I have a brother-in-law, you see, he died. He used to work at one of the top furniture store in Jamaica, or the top furniture store in Jamaica. He started out working in the warehouse. The man was so efficient in his work that he was promoted to warehouse manager. The man was so efficient on the job that he turned out to be the branch manager. The man made the branch supersede that he turned out to be the regional manager. The man was a regional manager for that particular company. What was his qualification academically? 0. The man can read and write and he can make critical decisions and critical thinking. And the man turned, you know, when we realize what going on is when the man lost his job. And when the man go back to apply for a job, he couldn't get no job because the job criteria requires some whole heap of letters behind his name and he never got not even the first letter. We have some wrong way to hire people in this country. That's why a whole heap of the business them and a whole heap of the organizations them making the wrong decisions because we feel that, or don't know if it is deliberate, that we shut out people who are able and competent to do the job effectively and better than some of the persons who have all the academic achievements, who are not even capable of doing the job. You have chambermaid in a hotel, what then do? Make up bed and sweep out the room. But if you get the job as a manager, if you do that, you have to have a whole heap of this, that, and that. What not necessary for the job what you do. Why you not allow the people who are what you call on the low line of the scale, who really should have been on the top line of the scale. The persons who you consider the low level of the scale are the ones who are doing the job and you give them low level pay. But they know more about the job. They can effectively operate above the capacity of the one who have all the qualifications academically. We need to balance the scale of things, We need to stop this academic educational discrimination against people. I hear one prominent lawyer, lady who just become lawyer. Me hear the lady on the radio saying, There was a particular topic. Me don't want to hear nothing from nobody. As long as I that you know talk, me don't want to hear about it. How could you do that? One of the first stage in law, it tells you that you must be rational with your decisions. And you must listen to both sides of a story for you to make effective decision making. So when you don't want to hear the next side of the story, me couldn't hire you as a lawyer. Because you couldn't be rational, you already processed the case long before. We all have to start have critical thinking and open minds. If you don't have an open mind, you can't be rational. If you lean your understanding to only one side of a conversation, where are you going to go? If you only lean, it's like some people have a preconceived idea as a result they want to get long before the discussion begin. Some people have an open mind, and once you say what they don't want to hear, your conversation is over. We all need to strive for education, but we must stop using misconception of education. You have some youth in the inner city, some of the youth who them never do well in a school. As a matter of fact, we should have known by now that girls develop academically faster than boys. That's why in the school you always find the girls and brighter than the boys. The boys develop at a later level. I don't know if enough I want to know that. Boys develop at a later level than the girls. So you will have, that is why it is always recommended that a woman get a man older than them. Because when the woman think far, the man reaches a 89 thinking. I don't know what. Maybe a ribs will take out a man, a brain take out a man and put in a woman. So you find that when we got CXC or certain achievement and you murder the youth because him never pass and call him failure, what them do? They stick in the community and go and smoke some weed. Them go and do some different things, and you are the ones parents who drive it in them head so them fail. Them only feel the subject, man. Them not feeling a life. We need to start empower the youth them. We need to when a man fail in a subject, he can pass on the construction site. He can pass in some other things. He can pass it on a little piece of land where he do some farming because right now it look like it's only the farmer education that go really carry with you, Because all of these places where we are qualified and competent to work, what if they all go online? Where do you work? It is important that we have what we want to call a skill. And that's how we start going on. Because you see, if you only get education, a man can move you from the workplace, take away your work. But if you get a skill, a man can only take the workplace, but he can't take away your job because you're still gone with it. If you're a teacher, you can still go somewhere else to teach. I have a sister, she works in one of the government agencies. Of course. But she go outside of that, go do teaching course. And I tell you, if you see one pillar where the lady sit down and sew with her hand, needle and thread, and cushion, there is another side. You can imagine if she get a machine. But the point I try to make is we need to stop calling people failures and stop discriminate against people with education. Because education is everything. All of we in Jamaica educated. We just got different education level. The man when your garbage truck will carry your rubbish to the dumper, you can't stand the smell in the kitchen. And I think you're educated to hold on to that back of that truck. And effectively not drop off and go dump out your filthy garbage around at the place where you wouldn't even go yourself. We need to have greater respect for people and stop discriminate against people about this education thing. Because many of us with this high level of education can be left behind because many of the people who we work for are not as educated as us, but they hire us. We become with our bachelors and all this and that, and we do them paperworks. But it's them create the foundation that we work on. So while we strive to educate, I always say, make we put a solution on the thing. Prepare we all are educated to be a better place. Make we respect that other levels of education is not necessarily ours. I went through hell, through this world, or through this thing where a man look for me, oh, you didn't go to Cornwall. No, I go to St. James I failed common entrance 2 times. And it's after me go to St. James I at a certain age, maybe up in a 8th or 9th grade, that is when me start develop my academical level and understand say me never done. When me go to come college, I was afraid going to come college because I joined a class where half of them came from the high school. And it's a little bit after that me realize me never worse off. So many persons take it for granted when you reach high school that you reach and you stop learning. Because you feel say you reach. No man no reach until the end of the game. Stop jump the gun and stop discriminate, because we could have a better society today if we all did understand that different levels of education is what come together to make a great society. And it come back to the beginning. Education is the key to success. Education is the key to liberation. Education is the key to progress, and not because the people in our house of representative, not because they are academically educated means that they are going to make the right decisions, because theory decisions some of them are make. And the practical thing is on the ground. The practical thing comes with critical thinking. And the same thing with the principles of business, where some people never learn the principles of business and then go through because they take the chance. And we move. Some people, you only principle of business teach us to see the things that will make it don't work. They single out all that tell us say it can't work. And you see the man who know no principles of business, him only see the things that can make it work. Positive approach to life when you're advancing or something. Nobody see what make it can't work. Only see what make it can work. I was discussing something with my nephew, and I said to the man, suppose I'm setting up a restaurant there. It's out of town around the country. Tell me why it couldn't work. And him tell me all kind of things. Out of town, far from the town, transportation hard to get and rare. And he give me all kind of horse dead and cow story. And I said to the man, reverse all the way off, say. I set up the restaurant out of town because people tired to eat downtown. I set up the restaurant out of town because people want somewhere to drive go. I set up the restaurant out of town so we have to create an environment that make it look different. What is that telling you? Another man wants to set up car wash in one place, and him say you can't put a car wash here because the water going to run in the people in the yard. You only see what make it can't work. You can't think what make it can't work. Cast the bottom of the place and put on pipe in it and run it to the gully. Where else the water can go? We see the things that cannot work because we are too academically educated and we move with the theory. Let us educate ourselves. 3 things: wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Most of the academics lean upon the knowledge. What you know? What you know sometimes is what you think you know. Misconception of knowledge sometimes lead you down one line. That's why we don't listen to nobody else. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. What I tell us, talk less and listen more. Analyze what you hear, and let us remember now. Stop tell your children that they are failures because they never pass. You have people who do a lot of other jobs, a lot of other things. Anything that you are in, go out and get education about it. If you're not farming, go look some education upon it. Because really and truly, we all go to school to get educated, to advance ourselves in life, that we can make money and we can take care of ourselves. And if you can make money and take care of yourself, and all there is, why you need education for? The same thing, end product. I want to show you another thing. Some of the most, this might be a little off, but so funny. You see, how do you explain, which me always try to understand it myself, a youth in a community, him can't talk English, him not academically achieved, but the man scam one man who graduate from a university in America and take $10 million from him, say man scam. How you explain that? Which one of them are educated one? You see the youth them are scammer, for the government need to find them and go take them go advertise tourism, give them a job. Find the youth them. A whole heap of people who have value will go to prison now. But they're not even smart enough to use the same man them to solve the problem where they go to prison for, and just lock them up and call the punishment. I know I want something about certain artists. But make that rest for your next topic. Continue the journey. Education is key to success. Let us all try to get education. And not get yourself educated with one thing. Go downtown and stand up to like me. I talk to all the madman them. Because when I told them I reason with a madman. Stand up sometime and watch the people and walk past and see where them go. See who is who. See how they looking at their face. Make we educate ourselves on the grounds with the people that in our society. 30% of what we use in life to live is what you learn in school in your education. The other 70% is what you pick up in your environment that help you determine your direction of the 30% of academics that you get. This is another Mackie conscious view. Someone need to hire me for running a business and see if it make a difference, and don't ask me for no qualification. Put me on the work for 1 week, and if me not satisfied, you send me home. You might have send home yourself first. Jah guide, enough respect. Share this because we say education is key. Blessings.